T. Higgins is flexing. Jamar Chase is in a different Zoom. Happy to have them here with us.
What a room for T. I mean.
Yeah, it's a good room. I don't know if he wants to take us on a tour of that room. They're with us on behalf of Bounty. I'm used to these guys playing more games at this time of year, so I'm happy that they have some time for us here. What else is going on in that room, T? And thank you for joining us. What else do you have for us in? Is that a trophy room? Is it all just jerseys? Do you have a prized possession in there?
Nah, man, it's just jerseys, a little few game balls. That's it. Nothing major, man.
What is your most prized possession from football, Jamar? Do you have something that you treasure more than all of the other things?
You're muted, Jamar. You're muted, Jamar.
It seemed like T wanted to answer that question for him. I'm guessing it's the national championship. I'm guessing it's the national championship.
Forget?
We are good. Yes, sir. Didn't hear your answer, though.
Sorry. Really just all of the footballs that I have from my rookie year. That's really the most prized thing that I have in my crib that's like from football that I have kept.
Can you explain to us, Jamar, what percentage of time Ed Orgeron was talking to you in the final season that you didn't understand what he was saying?
It was a couple of times now. I mean, he got a thick accent, and when he screams, you can barely hear him sometimes.
Do
But he's a good guy.
Do you have a favorite Ed Orgeron story? Certainly you must have some Ed Orgeron stories. That was the best college football team any of us have ever seen.
RT, but
I was about to say, I don't know. For that, you know what I'm saying?
it's all good, brother. Really with Coach Orgeron, man. I didn't really see him too much unless it was football, but I know one time I just see him after practice going to jog, like just going jog to the levee, no shirt on, and that's when everybody thought like this was something he would do every here and there, but it was always something regular that I see him do, just run around the campus with his shirt off, since it was always so hot out there.
He's always doing that over South Florida. I see him all over South Florida running with his shirt off. That's all the man does. It's fun to watch. Can you tell me, T, and again, I'm surprised that you guys aren't in the playoffs. Can you tell me this season what it felt like in the middle of it for you when you guys weren't in the place that you're expecting at this point to be? Because I'm assuming at this point the Bengals have turned around everything that the franchise has been, and you guys are a new generation.
Yeah. In the middle of the season, obviously, we was, I don't know what our record was, but we wasn't in the playoff contention at the time. But we knew we still had everything in front of us. So we obviously went into every game, trying to get into the playoffs, trying to go out there and win, obviously, but it didn't end up how we wanted to. And yeah, that's that.
Jamar, what can you tell me about your friendship with T?
Yeah, man. I can see he's a good wingman. You know what I'm saying? Him just being himself, pushing me to be better, me pushing him to be better. Overall, he's just a great guy, man. He comes with the same attitude every day, and he's ready to work.
Jamar said postgame after week 4, I'm open. I'm always bleeping open. And in the next game, he had 15 catches for 192 yards. T, were you always bleeping open when he had those 15 catches for 192 yards?
Yeah, I was open. Yeah, I was hurt, but I was open.
Even when you're hurt?
He didn't play in that
would
game.
be covering
he
him,
didn't play. He didn't play in that. It is a good question, Billy. That's right. Probably unlikely for anyone to be covering him if he wasn't playing in that game. That's an excellent point. You're a free agent. The business of this can feel cold. I don't know if both of you got to the pros and felt it was a lot different than college, because the business of this can be cold. Do you expect to be back with the Bengals? Is that something that you can know talking today?
I honestly, to be honest, I don't know, but I obviously want to, just because I built such a strong chemistry with the guys already in the locker room with the coaches. I know the offense in and out, but it's out of my hands. So we just have to see when time comes.
Jamar, have you ever been hurt by the business of sport?
No, not yet. But I'm listening, learning, seeing things. So as I go and get older through this process, I'll have my lessons from it.
T, is Joe Burrow as cool as everyone says he is?
Yeah, for sure. Coolest cat I know.
Why is it that everyone says that? How does that one work? Can you explain it to us?
I honestly think it's just, how he carry himself. He's so laid back and relaxed and not really trying to do too much. Even when, he's commanding the offense, he's chill. He yell when he need to, and that's rare. So, and then obviously his outfits, man, everybody see his outfits with the shades and then the clothes he put on. So, I mean, yeah, man, he's just a cool dude, cool to hang around, and overall just a great guy.
He always been that cool, or did something hanging out with y'all make him a little cooler?
Yeah, I can't answer that. So
Jamar would know.
I only know.
I didn't hear Jamar's answer though, because I didn't hear what he had to say about that.
I say he hanging out with us.
What was more fun, Jamar? Professional football or college football?
If we want to talk about winning is fun. So I'm gonna just go with college because winning is fun. But right now, honestly, it's fun too in a league.
But I wasn't just doing winning. I was legitimately wondering, because a lot of guys talk about the college experience, right, as being something that is much different than the pro experience, at least in part because you're surrounded by a bunch of guys who are as hungry as you are and haven't been corrupted by some of the things that happen in the pros. And you're all just learning together, and you were doing all the winning, and it's the best team I've ever seen.
Honestly, I could say it's a lot of process. It's a long process and a lot going on in the league. You know what I'm saying? But I just said that because when you winning and you having fun, it's going to be when you winning the most. And we didn't do that this year. And I know my rookie year probably was the funnest year I've had. Just being one of the fewest rookies just to get to the Super Bowl, and actually playing in it and helping the guys get there, was just a big achievement. And it showed.
What can I do to make this more fun for the two of you? Can I ask you unrelenting paper towel questions? Can I ask you, how much you deeply care about bounty? How
the quicker picker-upper.
The special relationship you have.
I have a suggestion, Dan. When you ask them a question, have them rate the question or the answer on how many paper towels they would use to clean up that mess.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's a good one.
All right. So
I'll take one though.
All right. So what is the mess that we're looking at here? You have dropped
this interview so far. 1 or 2 paper towels.
The whole roll.
No, just one. That bounty's the quicker picker upper. You only need one little square, and it picks up everything.
Jamar's laughing.
All right. You have dropped a soda in the kitchen. How many environmentally friendly paper towels are you using to be maximum efficient?
Okay, it depends on how much soda has been dropped.
Okay, a follow-up question.
Like
just a glass, a glass of Coke or soda.
We gave two different. We gave 2 liter. All right, a 2 liter bottle of
2 liter.
A 2 liter glass.
A 2 liter bottle of.
Pick it up before it's all out.
Upside down.
What a horror! Okay, one of those plastic bottles has broken for some reason.
We dropped a Mentos in it.
There's fizz all over the floor. Now what do we do?
Honestly, I'm gonna just take the whole roll and just throw it all over the ground. Honestly, if it's a 2 liter, it's pretty big. Now I ain't gonna lie, 2 liter kind of big.
It is, Roy. He's not gonna lie about that. I don't know why you dropped the 2 liter.
20 ounce.
2 liter kind of huge.
And just watched it spill till you didn't pick it up. You waited for the whole.
Can we make it a can?
All I know is Bounty gonna get the job done.
That's a good spokesman right
Let's
there.
say it's a Super Bowl. You guys are watching the game. Your hands are dirty, but there's not a sink in sight. All you have is Bounty to clean the wing sauce off your fingers. What do?
I mean, if it's saucy wings, you know what I'm saying? I got my favorite dipping sauce.
Yes.
The wings
What,
are good.
what is that sauce? Hold up. What is that sauce? Your favorite sauce?
Dipping sauce. Ranch, bro.
Oh, okay.
Attaboy,
Yeah,
attaboy,
yeah, that's a
attaboy.
good one. That's a good one.
Jamar, are you a blue cheese guy?
No.
Nah, I'm a ranch. I'm a ranch. guy.
Yeah, good choice.
Team
Good
Ranch
choice,
over
Jamar.
What is the
You know,
best
and if
way?
I got,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
my bad. Go ahead.
No, please.
No,
No,
you go,
please.
Tim.
I didn't mean to interrupt
Dan, what's your
you.
I got
favorite
nothing.
sauce?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Blue cheese. I was going to ask you.
Blue cheese. What?
I was going to ask. I'm
Jamar, how do you
sorry.
feel about that? Blue cheese. Ugh.
Honestly, I never tried blue cheese day in my life.
It's
What?
not good. Don't worry about
That's
it.
shocking. Shocking.
Shocking.
You never tried it, bro? Crazy.
Thanks, T.
Nah, it's too strong.
I'm real strict on ranch.
Do you have a favorite flavor of wing? Lemon pepper? Is there any flavor that you like better than the others?
Yeah, I love lemon pepper, but lately I've been trying to try like a sweet chili lemon pepper.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Yeah. Little mix there. I like that. Little mix.
Yeah.
That's good.
What is the go-to thing both of you have when watching football? The one food that has to be in the house.
It's wings.
There you go.
Okay, well that's why I was asking the question. I thought maybe you're saying the same thing, Jamar. It's just a consensus. That's it. I had my answer before I asked the question.
Listen,
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
can't,
say wings too.
you can't have football without wings, and you can't have wings without bounty. So
That's true.
There it is.
You
Bounty Higgins.
Bounty
that.
should roll with that, T. They should. We're on to
Like
something
that,
here.
bro.
yeah. Look, he does.
That smile.
He does like that. Will you guys, will both of you be subscribing to Peacock this weekend just to watch Chiefs Dolphins?
Hey, if my wingman over there help me pay for it, we get some wings, get some bounty, and then watch it maybe. But
It sounds like you're not. It sounds like you have no interest.
No, it sounds like it's on T.
Gentlemen, thank you for tolerating.
Bounty, sorry.
Yeah, Bounty. Thank you for tolerating us. We appreciate it, gentlemen.
Viva Las Vegas. I'm not going to do the whole thing. All right. Stadium Swim at Circa Hotel, February 8th and 9th. Time is running out to book your spot, and we have seen thousands. It's over at that. Thousands of people from our show, fans of our show, will be there February 8th and 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Reserve your tickets now at circalasvegas.com/stadium-swim/Dan-Le Batard-show.
Or just go to lebatardaf.com.
Yes, or go to LAF.com.
Just show up at the pool.
Click a link.
LeBatardAF.
But man, are we...
lebatardaf.com, Chris, not laf.com.
At one point it was that, wasn't
it? That's not helpful now.
What a good time we're going to have out there.
LAF.com is a telepathy website?
Whoa.
Tell me more.
Wow.
For more than 20 years, telepathy has provided compelling, memorable identities to companies across the... It looks like that's just the company name. What do these people do?
Lebatard
Brand
AF.
building. Blech.
LebatardAF.com is where you go, and we are excited. It is quite the production because we are picking everyone up, and it's a whole lot of people, and going to Vegas, and we are looking forward to it. We've been hugely flattered by the outpouring. Every time we do anything that resembles a Moss, anything away from Miami, people who don't go, who like our show, get incredible FOMO and say they're coming to the next one. Obviously, Vegas is going to be a giant party. Vegas is always a giant party, but we are excited about this partnership and everything we're doing out there, including 2 live shows. What I would ask all of you right now, I do not want to in any way show the cowardice of saying anything negative about T. Higgins or Jamar Chase based on how much they made us work during the first 6 minutes of that interview. When it was over, Stugotz very helpfully, and Billy has a lot of experience with this, and he was very helpful in the interview toward the end of it. But Stugotz looks at me after it's over and he says, Dan, listen to me. We do these 10-minute hits all the time on God Bless Football.
We'll take anyone.
And the thing that you
Don't sell it like that.
the thing that you have to do, Dan, is just ask the people about the product. And you did see Bounty Higgins burst to life.
Yep.
the moment that we asked about spilling a 2-liter bottle of soda in the kitchen.
They're on a media tour, promoting Bounty, Dan. You get 10-minute windows, and I'm telling you, just stick to the product next time.
10
That's
minutes.
what you do.
10 minutes or a plug sandwich. You get them something on the way in, loosens them up. Then you have a little shenanigans in the middle. Then on the way out, boom, boom. Maybe sometimes if it's going well, you give them the meat too, right in the middle.
Hey, yo.
This is why I hate
sandwich.
going to the Super Bowl, because it's so many plug sandwiches.
Oh, it's the best.
We're so experienced at it.
Can you cancel one of the live shows and just hang out with us at Radio Row? You'll have so much fun.
Embrace the plug.
I think the problem is you've done it with the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Like, kind of experienced that. Kind of like the one we did with Ryan Howard and, unfortunately, Jared from
like
Subway.
LSD.
Good times.
You got to do it with the right people.
Dan, I'm telling you, I don't know when the last time you went to Radio Row was. I have no idea. Have you ever been? Have you been there ever?
I have been.
Okay.
We did it one time for the Super Bowl in Miami. We did it, and it made me sad.
All right, but that was then. This is now. I'm telling you, you will be treated like a legend walking around Radio Row. You will feel great about yourself. Let's do it together, me and you.
You went out to Jacksonville, right?
And Billy.
We are not doing Radio Row. I did go out to Jacksonville, so that was another time that we. We did Radio Row.
Frank Caliendo. You met him there.
That was also sad.
It's different now, Dan. You don't get it. It's not like the folding table that you used to do. There's stages now and lights.
There's
and
a tarp over the
cameras.
folding table.
Exactly.
And the fake Andy Reid.
Well, if we're lucky.
We are not doing Radio Row. We are doing downtown Vegas. We are doing it our way. It would probably be easier to do Radio Row and just have an assortment of people wander through plugging their sandwiches. But
that was great. Remember that last year we did it with Tua and Stephen A? You had to play the sandwich trivia game, and then you could win a sandwich from the Subway video board. That was great.
Great is not how I would describe
Well,
any
the
of
interviews
that.
both went off the rails.
I mean, Tua canceled the rest of his tour.
Yeah. And then the other one, Stephen A. was getting crit. Who was it that Stephen A? Oh, it was a Dana White thing. That was a whole nother thing at Radio Row, too. Jeez.
Yeah. Let's do it then.
Yeah, let's not. And so the meat sandwiches that you were mentioning and the interview that Roy was mentioning about, yes, it was with Ryan Howard and Jared from Subway.
Plug sandwiches. Fine.
Have you seen that Jared from Subway documentary series on Hulu?
What?
I have not.
Is it in color?
It is in color. And it is. You talk about bad guys. That guy, bad guy.
What I remember about the Ryan Howard interview from Radio Row with Jared from Subway is that we insisted, and I think Ryan Howard at the time was like second or third in the MVP voting. He had like 40 home runs, and we insisted on making him sit there as we only asked Jared from Subway questions. And then, as I recall, it ended because we were doing radio hijinks.
Buzzsaw.
You had
That's
it
what
sounded.
Radio Row is all
You did
about.
it. You did an entire interview only talking to Jared, and your goal was at the very end, we'll go to Ryan, and as soon as he talks, we're gonna hit him with like a hard network out sound.
So Ryan Howard, so the conceit was this, because Subway's good at this Radio Row stuff. Obviously, they bring a game with Stephen A. and Tua. It was a terrible game. Terrible.
It was a great game.
What do you mean?
It was a terrible
It
game.
was trivia.
Billy, he doesn't get it.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't. It's fine.
And in this instance, Ryan Howard, I'm not sure, was terribly pleased when he had been the featured interviewee, and then Jared would just come in at the end with a question. We reversed it. We flipped the script, and then as soon as Ryan Howard started talking, it was this.
We understand that you're there with somebody. What does he do for a living?
You know, I got a guy named Mr. Ryan Howard over here who I think just won helped to win a World Series for the Philadelphia Phillies.
He's a world bleeping champion, Stugotz. He hits a whole lot of home runs. 55. Ryan Howard with us on 790 The Ticket. What you got, Ryan Howard?
Hey,
you're a
what's going
world
on,
bleeping
gentlemen?
champion.
What's going on, gentlemen? How we doing?
And that was the end of the interview. We went to break.
Can't do that at the pool. I mean,
Ryan Howard was looking around confused. It was a piece of incredibly cheesy imaging over the top.
The explosion. The things are falling down on the ground.
It was just, he was buzzsawed, and it was for no good reason. It's just because we were Opie and Anthony. We were just.
Oh, not Anthony. No.
But sometimes on Radio Row, it's quieter and sadder.
Lincoln Kennedy, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm working.
Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight? You going to FHM tonight? All right. I'll see you later.
Dan, why does that sound like it's from 1970? What
Lincoln
year was
Kennedy.
that?
Was that in color?
Doesn't sound like it.
That's what Radio Row's all about.
Yeah.
Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight?
That's where you earn your stripes on Radio Row.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it when Subway's there. It's the hours when Lincoln Kennedy's there, the days when Lincoln Kennedy's there. That's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if I've ever heard it.
The nights.
I just had someone in my ear go, "Who is that?"
K-Raj.
That is Kevin Rogers.
Or Lincoln.
He was doing, or Lincoln Kennedy. They may have been asking about Lincoln Kennedy. My favorite part of that clip is Lincoln Kennedy, a 320-pound offensive lineman, aggressively telling Kevin Rogers to go home, but shouted from a distance.
Lincoln Kennedy, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm working. Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight? You going to FHM tonight? All right. I'll see you later.
Damn, he's a husky. We should have had him on Monday.
Going to FHM tonight? All right.
Please put up a photo video, find it immediately, of Kevin Rogers so people can see.
K-Raj.
So people can see who was shouting at Lincoln Kennedy that he would see him at the fashionable party later that evening. Because when you see K-Raj, you will see that that is somebody who was absolutely not partying with Lincoln Kennedy later that evening.
Did you explain to the audience that was not an off-air conversation that we catched?
Oh,
it was
no.
him on air.
No, it is not an off-air conversation that we caught. No. That is new.
Ooh,
Kevin
wow.
Rogers. That is Kevin.
Looks
No,
great.
that is Kevin Rogers at the time. Yes, he looks much
Look at
better.
how grainy it is.
Lincoln Kennedy, what's up, man?
Let the goatee. Look at that.
Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight?
It was a different time, Tony.
You mentioned, Roy, that the goatee, and this was funny because yesterday in the morning I was thinking about trying to shave my beard into a goatee so I could look a little more like that guy in the 21 Savage movie trailer thing. And I went in, as I was walking past my wife, I went in past her. She has never done this before. This is the first time she has ever uttered this kind of displeasure with anything. I'm like, I'm just going to go do this with a goatee. And her response was to look me in the face and just say, no.
Wow.
No.
It won't be the last, I promise.
She loves the beard, man.
She prefers the beard. I think it's more that she hated the goatee when I had it. I don't think it's that she loves the beard that much. I think it was anti-goatee more than pro-beard.
Did you do it by yourself the first time you had it? I mean, did you shave it yourself? That's the dangerous game. I think she's objecting to that.
No, that is not what she was objecting to.
Okay.
She was absolutely objecting to how my face looked with a goatee.
Oh, my God. Ray Lewis is here. Can we get Ray Lewis on the show before my tongue falls off?
Couldn't get a guess. That's Radio
You
Row,
couldn't.
though.
It was late night Radio Row.
4
my
hours
God,
by
Ray-
yourself.
It is 4 hours by yourself, and you're just watching Lincoln Kennedy walk by going to the party that you're not going to.
Lincoln Kennedy, what's up, man? Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight? Oh, my God. Ray Lewis is here. Can we get Ray Lewis on the show before my tongue falls off?
What is the context for that?
He bit his tongue.
And he
Okay.
was talking too much by himself in a lonely, like auditorium. What is it? It's like a ballroom.
No, it was buzzing then. I mean, with Ray Lewis. It was Lincoln Kennedy.
It was, yes, the late night Radio Row where Lincoln Kennedy is telling you to go home because no one is remaining at Radio Row.
Where you Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight?
When we get to downtown Vegas, it is possible that I will find myself longing for Radio Row. Downtown Vegas has got a lot of history. It's got a lot of charisma. It's got a lot of color. What it does not have is a lot of class.
We'd love to have you on the row. I mean, we would.
On the row.
That's what they call it, Roy.
At least my information might be dated. I don't know if they've updated downtown Vegas. I have not been there in a long ass time.
They have a zip line now.
What?
Really?
At Fremont? Yep.
Oh.
All right, Stugotz is going to do it. We all know around here, Stugotz, the balm that winning is, how it makes everything that smells bad, it just slaps cologne on it. So when we were watching Hard Knocks all season with the Dolphins, it was a super inside, interesting look to the Dolphins season, which was made all the more interesting by the Dolphins winning. And Mike McDaniel, among many things, I think a lot of people notice this guy seems like a cool ally to have as a coach. He also seemed like a man who was cursing way too much, at least in part, to get closer to his huddle because it felt like he was cursing too much. But it's the only criticism I would lob at the way that McDaniel was portrayed as a coach. However, the sound and the video I'm about to show you from Hard Knocks after a brutal loss that if it didn't end their season, God almighty, now you got to go to 0-degree weather. And then after that, it's possibly Josh Allen on the road. And after that, it's possibly Lamar Jackson on the road. So you've got not only the December was golden because you didn't have cold weather games, you didn't have away games, and December again got away from the Dolphins. But now what you're experiencing is the worst of it, which is they've got to go to 3 places that are going to be cold with 3 quarterbacks who are better than them if there are no upsets in the playoffs. I want you to look at the faces here that I show you on this word salad that Mike McDaniel puts together in front of his broken team. I want you to look at the faces of the Dolphin players who are listening to a word salad that gets less general, it feels less like a general talking to his soldiers and just like a guy wandering around in front of broken people who don't really want to listen to what he's saying.
Yesterday was hardest to deal with. And in times like this, it either makes or breaks you. And I want to rip the Band-Aid off because here's what you got to know. Our intent is to be great. Well, inherent in that is difficulty. Like you literally have to have difficult to be great. The reason why we're frustrated is because we have high expectations that we've created. We created that. No one said, oh, the Dolphins are X, Y, and Z. No, they did not actually. So our mindset collectively has no time for anything else but getting to the point where we're best equipped to do that. And we're doing it as a team. We are in this together, earning it.
Were you guys inspired?
That music.
I mean, the music makes everything better.
Having no healthy linebackers and playing against Travis Kelce seems not great.
No.
I think it's a good matchup for the Dolphins, Dan. I do.
Well, you and Tony have had a game plan. You've been wandering around here with a game plan all day today.
Well, the Dolphins, Dan, they're 6th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. Kansas City, 19th in the NFL at defending the rush, okay? And the Chiefs are 18th in terms of rushing, and the Dolphins are 7th against the run. And so Tony and I were thinking, hey, sit Tua, give him some rest, and just hand the ball. Mostert, Achane. Mostert, Achane. Mostert, Achane. It keeps Mahomes off the field. It keeps that offense off the field, and that's how you play, Dan. You run and you stop the run. That's what wins championships. That's what we're thinking.
It's cold weather football, and what do? You run that ball.
Yep.
Right? We're going to make Air Force or Navy or Army, whichever one runs the triple option. Call that coach.
Yep.
Talk to him. Tell him thank you for your service, first off.
Right.
Second off, tell him, give me the playbook. We're going to teach it to the boys, and we're going to run the triple option. That's what we're going to do.
The Dolphins are only good at running the ball because they have the threat of the pass. I don't believe that
they've rushed for 27 touchdowns this year, most in the NFL. Yards per carry, most in the NFL. Rushing yards, total rushing yards, most in the NFL.
That's when Mike McDaniel first got
right down their throats.
When he first got here, the run game is what was hyped up as like he'll change this for you.
Again, you have to have the threat of the passing game, and I believe 0 degrees.
Balance, Dan.
Negative 0.
Yeah.
Negative 0 and 10.
That takes away the threat.
When it gets to negative 0, Dan, you throw everything out the window.
Right.
Okay? Whatever you think you know about the game, you don't
It'll
know.
freeze, too, when you throw it out.
Exactly right. It's negative 0. Also, how about this for chills and goosebumps? Did you see what my friend Josh Allen said to Tua after the game?
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks. Josh believes.
He was being nice, right?
If Joshy believes, why shouldn't we?
He was saying that like kind of like a pat on the ass, like, "Hey, buddy, go get him." You know.
I think he was lying to Tua.
Oh, man.
What?
He's
I
many
think-
things,
I
but a
think
liar
he's-
he is not.
I think he is.
Nah, he knows the Chiefs are bad. I mean,
I think he is like John House here, who says that all of the producers are his favorite producers when he doesn't mean it.
house money.
His name is John Reed. Stugotz.
What?
Let's do against the spread.
John House.
You take the Dolphins off of that information, or I mean, plus 4.5?
It's against
It's the spread.
It's presented by our friends at DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code DAN, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Who's going first? Roy?
I'll go first.
Billy's going first.
Oh,
Billy,
I was
kick us off.
I had a
He was trying to throw it to Roy. Billy intercepted.
Well, he
I
said
mean,
who? I thought it was Roy, you can go. I thought it was helping out.
All right, well, you were. I appreciate you.
Roy, you then?
Yes,
Me?
I'm really cheering for this team because it's a rare occasion when they actually make it this far in the season. The Detroit Lions are 3-point favorites at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with the Lions.
You're doing it?
I'm doing it against the spread.
I feel bad for the Lions that they've ended up with Stafford coming in, and it's just like
Double
oh,
revenge
it's just-
game.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm gonna feel bad for them if Stafford beats them.
Oh, they should retire Stafford.
Oh, just
Beat
not his
him.
jersey.
Just retire
No,
him.
retire him.
Oh.
Beat him and have him retire because it was so embarrassing at his homecoming.
What if you actually, where you were going first? What if you retire his jersey to get him a little emotional?
Oh, yeah.
Throw him
No,
off
you
his
can't do
game.
that.
Before the
You're like at
game.
First
halftime in
game
this
of the
playoff
playoffs.
game, we're gonna
Yeah.
retire your jersey.
I think somebody else wears his number right now.
You have to see the
Oh.
score at halftime, though, to determine if you do it or not.
If he was number 9, I think Jameson Williams is number 9.
I think you do it. You definitely do it at halftime, and you drag it out as much as possible, so he gets no rest and no prep.
Excellent advice.
Too much rest in that case if you drag it out?
No, Dan Campbell's not going to let his guys get too much rest.
All right, let's go over to Tony.
Guys, I'm going to be in the building at the Kaseya Center scouting out the Oklahoma City Thunder. Scouting out SGA.
You're just watching the Heat game, no?
Yeah, I'll be there. But I will be keeping an eye on them just in case.
Keep an eye.
OKC, surprisingly one of the best teams in the West. Nobody had that in their bingo card, but
The West
Mike
standings
sure
are
did.
wacky.
Mike sure did. Mike sure has been telling us for a long time that OKC is good. Last year he was telling us this.
well, they're
Middle of
good
last
this year. Now the chickens have come home to roost. They're actually good this year.
I don't believe any chickens have come home to roost.
Well, you know, number 2 or 1 in the Western Conference.
don't know
standings.
why
I'm
you
going
have
to take the Miami Heat
chickens.
plus 4.5, baby. Let's go.
One of those things you
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Over to Billy now.
Chickens, come home to roost.
All right, Billy, you're up.
I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 4.5. I know you guys are thinking this is just a homer pick, but we talked about this, a lot during the game, a lot before the show today. Talking about the -0, the elements that are going to be going on, but what really put it over the edge? Taylor told me Dolphins are going to win this game. Stamp it. And when Taylor says stamp it,
Wow.
I stamp it.
A stamp it
Dolphins
bet, huh?
plus 4.5.
Against the spread.
I am going to take the Packers in Dallas to cover 7.5. I think Dallas wins this game, but I think it's closer than the people think. Wow. Green Bay, lock it up. Lock of the week. Do it. Love it. Own it.
Against the spread.
You really lost confidence in your shoulders. You
also stole my thunder.
You tried. No, I think Tony's the one who stole the thunder.
And you know it. Thursday Thunder's tomorrow.
Stugotz, what are you predicting?
I mean, I too like the Packers. I really do. Jordan Love has been the best quarterback second half of the season. He has been the best quarterback in the NFL. So I will take it. I will take it one step further. I agree with Chris. Not only will the Packers cover the 7.5, not only will I tell you to buy it up to 8, but I will tell you it's a waste of money because the Packers will win the game outright.
Whoa.
How about that?
Wow.
That's how you do it. The Packers will
not the
win
game,
the
though.
game outright, but I'm telling you, Packers plus 7.5 against the
spread.
spread.
Money line.
Dan, you want more info on my stamp it game? because I can give you some more stats here.
In that Chiefs game, I didn't think that was the Taylor, the person named Taylor you were going to talk about. Taylor in the other room.
Yeah. What Taylor do you think I was going to talk about? Joy?
He's been on a heater, though, Dan. Taylor is on a heater right now. So
Yeah.
Luan?
Yeah.
Dan, first-time playoff quarterbacks are 17-36 since 2002. So many people are looking at Tua saying -0. That stat, not great. Perfect spot to buy low. Stamp it. Against the spread.
Lock it up.
You did see that Taylor, Tua, excuse me, that his numbers in the cold are pretty terrible.
Right.
Like 0-8.
Well, he's not playing this week. He just handed off. Mostert,
His
H-Chan,
numbers-
Mostert, H-Chan, Mostert, H-Chan.
His numbers are good in the pocket. Everywhere else, in bad weather, on the road, out of the pocket, average.
Guys,
Three-step drop, perfect timing. He's perfect.
You
No
don't
one better.
understand. The season resets when the playoff starts. Everyone's 0-0.
That's what Mike
right
McDaniel
now.
said.
Well
Yeah.
said.
I mean, you got a good point.
You don't get it.
Your father, Chris Cody, the other day tried to develop over and out as a catchphrase. Can you do that falling apart?
Lock it, love it, bring it, do it. All day, baby. Bring it, don't stop till it's dropped. Dan, who you taking?
Roger that.
I'm going to take the Timberwolves -8.5.
Lock it, drop it, and do it till you can't no more.
Over.
At the Celtics.
We're getting dangerous with accents, I think.
We
Why?
are.
I can't be intense.
Yeah, but
Lock it. Rah.
Was that last one?
Struck somebody out.
Hee-haw 3, buddy. Feeling vulnerable, take it away from me. Go
Dan's
away.
got to finish it
Back
off
to you,
with a
Dan.
line. I mean, he has
Cut to someone else.
It doesn't count unless he says it.
You just felt the way that I felt the first 6 minutes of that Jamar Chase T. Higgins interview.
Not their
naked?
fault. Not their
I'm
fault.
not blaming them.
Yep.
I'm not blaming them. There was no blame from me.
Good.
You never know.
Oh, dear God. I should have asked them from the start. I should have taken the God Bless Football
Plug sandwich, baby.
principle.
Never fails.
Just ask them about the product.
Oh my God, Ray Lewis is here. Can we get Ray Lewis on the show before my tongue falls off?